Bro, sad day for my fellow Webhead fans, you feel me? I might be a little late, uploading this, but it's a sad day, you feel me? Today, bro, I woke up, you know what I'm saying? And I go and check my goddamn, YouTube, you feel me? See what's popping on there real quick, get your daily dose of YouTube, man. All over my goddamn recommended news feed is my goddamn, it's goddamn Spider-Man outside the MCU. He's, being taken away out the MCU. Sony and Disney couldn't, come up with a deal, and now he's, out, you feel me? So, fun fact, Spider-Man Far From Home, that was the latest Spider-Man movie that dropped this year, is Sony's highest grossing film ever. With the success of Venom and the critically acclaimed, what's that word called? Into the Spider-Verse, Sony is kind of feeling themselves right now, you feel me? So I feel like what's going on is what they're saying is Sony and Disney sat down, they talk future Spider-Man. And Disney is seeing how well, Spider-Man is doing, you feel me? Like, see, Disney's thing is Marvel. Sony pays for the film. They, pay and market it. While Marvel, they, make it. They actually create, the film, you feel me? They got the writers, the actors, they come up with everything, the scripts and everything. And the thing is, Sony gets all the profit. Disney gets the 5%, which is the, the merchandising, all the other shit that, I'm saying, Sony doesn't own because they own, Sony owns the Spider-Man movie rights, Disney and Marvel owns everything else, like comics, games, and merchandising, you feel me? So, yeah, man, Disney wanted half of that bitch, and Sony's like, what? That's not what we, agreed with, like, 3 years ago, you feel me? Shit, I'm out, bro. We don't, what I'm saying? I'm out. I'm not giving you half the fucking profit, you feel me? So, I mean, I see where they're coming from, goddamn. Disney making, billion-dollar films all fucking year, you feel me? And then here comes Spider-Man. They did all the work on, and then they don't get, a taste of it, you feel me? I mean, he was in Infinity War and goddamn Endgame. And I ain't gonna lie, kind of boosted it, but, you feel me? I mean, I see where Disney's coming from, you feel me? Like, goddamn. We do all the work, you feel me? Let me get a piece of that, you feel me? So, I mean, you're the reason you have $1 billion in your bank right now. We're the reason for that. So, I want to see some of that profit. And this is like, Sony's like, we'll pass, you know what I'm saying? We'll just probably reboot Spider-Man and put that nigga in the Venomverse or some bullshit like that. I don't care. But, I mean, to be honest though, I'm not that upset about it. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man is my favorite character in all literature. The idea of a nobody, a kid who's looked at as a loser in school, who not that financially stable, who is just an everyday guy who can't catch a break, and he's gifted with these, amazing abilities. Like, this nigga's been shitted on all his life. His parents dead, uncle dead, you know what I'm saying? The girls he want, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see, you know the character, you feel me? And for him to get these amazing abilities, and for him to still do good with all the shit the world throws at him, but he still do good for these people, it's just, I don't know, it just touches with me, you feel me? And what the thing is, I ain't gonna lie, I love Tom Holland, and I love his portrayal of Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, the stories aren't as personal as, like, let's say the Raimi films, right? Spider-Man 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? One of the best superheroes ever created. Probably my favorite superhero movie is Spider-Man 1. But the thing is, they get Peter. Peter Parker is the best in the Raimi films. That's the best Peter Parker. But Tobey Maguire is a horrible Spider-Man. I think he's a terrible Spider-Man, but he's the perfect Peter Parker. And that the struggles that they deal with in those films, you feel me? Where it comes to love triangles and money and, jobs, just girls, everything, you feel me? It's just, Peter just going, it's much more than just a superhero, save the world story. It's a personal story. That's why I love the Raimi films, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie. I have a guilty pleasure. I ain't gonna lie. I love the Amazing Spider-Man 1. It's a good movie to me, you feel me? I really like that movie. This shit came out with 2012 after the canceled Spider-Man 4. Goddamn, what happened? I like Andrew Garfield. That nobody ever talks about this nigga, bro. It's like this nigga never existed as a Spider-Man. Like nobody talks about this dude. But I think he's the perfect Spider-Man. He's a terrible Peter Parker, but he's the perfect Spider-Man. He doesn't capture that Peter Parker essence, you feel me? That dorky, everyday guy, you feel me? He's no homo, too good looking to be Peter Parker, you feel me? And like, who the fuck is gonna bully Andrew Garfield? But he's the perfect Spider-Man, you feel me? He plays the character, because it's a duality to Spider-Man, you feel me? Spider-Man and Peter Parker, the same person, but two different characters. You know what I'm saying? Peter Parker is quiet, reserved, and very awkward and dorkish and boyish, you feel me? But when it comes to Spider-Man, when he puts on that mask, it's like, it's a piece of him that like inside that he always want to be. He's more. Let's say this. Peter Parker is introverted. Spider-Man is extroverted. I guess you can say that. And I love the duality of the characters, and I think Tom Holland pulls it off perfectly. He plays a great Peter Parker. He plays a great Spider-Man. But the things surrounding that character and that what Marvel created, you know, I like those movies. I like them. I don't say I love them, but I like the movies. You feel me? Goddamn. Homecoming and Far From Home. Far From Home. Come on, those are material scenes, you feel me? You feel me? But I don't think they deal with Peter's personal life. Like they don't build on that personal life like they do in the Raimi's and Mark Webb films, you feel me? Goddamn, I don't know, it's too reliant on the MCU, you feel me? He doesn't feel unique like he used to in the other movies. He doesn't feel that special to me, you feel me? Like he was always and has been the face of Marvel. You know, until 2008, you feel me? Iron Man came out, now that niggas like goddamn face of Marvel, but he's Spider-Man. And I understand what they're doing with the character, you feel me? He's starting off small, you feel me? Like he's learning to become Spider-Man, you feel me? It's a story, you know, it's a journey, you feel me, to becoming the greatest hero in Marvel literature, but I don't know, man. I like the Spider-Man stuff. The Spider-Man stuff is great, but the Peter Parker stuff is underwhelming to me. You feel me? I don't like the Peter Parker storyline, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed because I felt like in the next Spider-Man, MCU Spider-Man, they was gonna touch on that. You know, they was saying with the struggle of him, the world knowing his identity. So there's a Peter Parker struggle. You feel me? How the fuck is he gonna get out of that, and how is he gonna survive out of that? You feel me? How's Peter gonna, you know what I'm saying, overcome that obstacle? Because that's what I love about Peter Parker. He overcomes obstacles. You feel me? But I don't know. I'm not that upset, and I don't really think, to be honest, I don't really think it's like with all the backlash and shit going on. I don't think it's final. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get another Spider-Man movie in the MCU. They're gonna come up with some deal, and he's gonna be in the MCU. I don't think nothing else. So I'm not that, you know. He'll be back. Either he does, he don't. And they're gonna put him in the Spider-Verse, and the Sony, the Venom-verse, and I'll check it out, but I mean, I ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying, too crazy of a, you know, Spider-Man reboot. But if they do, if he does come back, Marvel, please focus on Peter Parker. You feel me? Give us a more personal story. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is cool and all, but Peter Parker is the reason why you know what I'm saying, you feel me? Like, come on, man. Fix Peter Parker. He's great. Tom Holland plays great, but give him a story, you feel me? These movies, they're good. They're fun movies, but they're not movies, you feel me? They're more blockbuster action stuff, you know, popcorn in my. But goddamn, the first two Raimi films are a work of art. They're campy as fuck. They're goofy as hell, but that's why the fuck I love them, you feel me? And Mark Webb, the first one the first Amazing Spider-Man was a cool attempt. It was a different take on Spider-Man, and I enjoyed it. But the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Sony, I don't know, bro. Venom, I don't know. And then they coming out with a Morbius and Craven film, like, I don't know. I mean, the Venom, I see, it was a terrible movie, but I liked it for what it was, you know what I'm saying, the Venom parts, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's interesting, you feel me? And it's blowing, you feel me? Like, even my sister, who doesn't fucking with superheroes, but she's over here banging on my door. David, what happened to Spider-Man? But, it's whatever. We'll see what happens, you feel me? I'm curious to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Either he's in the MCU or he's not. I don't really give a shit. From a Spider-Man fan, but I don't know. I just don't like the idea of him being overshadowed. You feel me? He doesn't need. I mean, it's cool to finally see him, interact with characters like, Iron Man and Cap and all them. But I mean, it's too bad we might not ever get to see him interact with, Johnny Storm or goddamn Rogue or Wolverine from, X-Men. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious. We might not. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm satisfied. I finally got to see him interact with other people. So I mean, it's cool for what it was. I'm good. So I don't really care what happens next. What they do, fills out a story, build a better Peter Parker. He doesn't need other heroes. You know what I'm saying? He's fucking Spider-Man. All right. But that's my video for today, man. Spider-Man out the MCU, bro. For the fellow webheads out here, bro. And on one thing, bro. Where the fuck is 7 webheads, bro? It's been 2 to 3 years, and it's been 2 Spider-Man movies, 2 Avengers movies, ever since goddamn Civil War dropped. That's like, what was the last video? He reviewed Civil War or some shit. There's been a Spider-Man game, bro. Into the Spider-Verse, bro. Is this nigga dead, or he just quit YouTube? That's my biggest question. Where is 7 webheads, bro? Everybody, whoever sees this video, future, whatever, ain't nobody fucking watching my videos, but goddamn, whoever sees this, man, and if you're a Spider-Man fan, you should fuck with 7 webheads in the past, bro. We gotta find this nigga, bro. Where is this nigga at? Find 7 webheads. You feel me? Where are you? Are you living? I want your opinions on everything. All right, I'm up.